Hi, this is Mark from LongIslandWatch.com, and today we're going to be looking at two new arrivals to the store. A Seiko Jimmie Johnson chronograph, and on the right a new brand called Ballast that we recently started carrying. Very interesting watch, and I'll show you a couple of its really cool features in a minute, but we're going to start with the Seiko, and we'll break it down piece by piece, and you can check it out and see if you want to add it to your collection. We'll start with the Seiko chronograph that I showed you a second ago. Again, this is the Seiko Jimmie Johnson chronograph. Jimmie Johnson, besides obviously being a stock car racer, is a Seiko brand ambassador. And they've made a watch in his namesake, and they've kept with his colors, blue and yellow. And they just did such a phenomenal job. This is a solar chronograph. It uses Seiko's V175 movement. Never needs a battery change. You just charge it with the sun, indoor light, and it'll run for, about 6 months in total darkness. So again, the dial is blue. It's got some yellow highlights in the hands. They even took the top chronograph pusher here, and they made it with a little yellow ring around it. And you can see that activates the chronograph. You have running seconds on the left, elapsed minutes on the bottom, and then a 24-hour time scale on the far right. There is a date tucked away, quite small, at the 4 to 5 o'clock position right there. Chronograph stop, reset. It's water resistant to 100 meters. This watch certainly caught my eye because it's blue. I love blue. But you see even the bezel or the lunette. It's this beautiful, it looks like blue anodized steel. I'm not sure what the coating process is. Solid link stainless steel bracelet with a push button deployment closure. The watch measures 44.5 millimeters in diameter without the crown, about 12 millimeters thick. From tip to tip, which is from here to here, you're running right at about 50 millimeters. Has a tachometer scale emblazoned all around the outside of the chapter ring. Again, just extremely well executed. And again, it's a watch that caught my eye. Normally it wouldn't. I'm not a fan of special edition watches. It doesn't mean I have to own them. I mean, I'm not a NASCAR fan by any stretch of the imagination. I just thought they did this watch so well. We'll go over some of the specs. Again, the reference number SSC 505. The manufacturer suggested price, water resistant to 100 meters. It's a solar chrono. It's got Seiko's Hardlex crystal, which is harder than mineral, but more scratch prone than sapphire. It's somewhere in the middle. Screw down case back, and of course, LumiBrite hands and markers. So when the lights go down, the Seiko lights up. Tell time in low light conditions rather easily. Here's the wrist shot on my, again, not too large 6 3/4 inch wrist, and on my left wrist. It fits rather well. I would wear a watch of this size. I don't think it's overly large. It's certainly not heavy, not bulky, it's not thick. When you purchase the watch, it comes in this special edition box. It's a big box for a reason. I'll show you that in a second. I should also say this is model number SSC 505 if you are looking for it. It retails for $425. We currently have it for 25% off. When you open the box, you get this. So the watch is normally over here on the right. You actually get an extra blue rubber strap, so to match the watch a little bit better. And you have a little statement by Jimmie Johnson, his signature. And of course, you get the tool. So a little tool comes inside the box to change out the strap. The strap or end or bracelet are held on with standard spring pins. And please excuse my crude mock-up here, but this is a stock piece, so I don't want to remove the bracelet. But this is what it might look like when you swap out the strap. Again, the blue matches the case of the watch perfectly. So you really get a lot of options here. Whether you want to go more sport on the rubber or more dressy on the steel. Next, I'd like to show you a new model by a company called Ballast that we recently started carrying. This is the Trafalgar. It comes in 3 different varieties. I'll show you all 3 of them, but they're all the same, size specs. This is a larger watch than what I just showed you before. This is 47 millimeters in diameter, around 15 millimeters thick, and tip to tip it's going to come in at around 54 millimeters. This is going to be for a larger wrist. Look at that though, huh? They screw a plate right into the side with the model name and a slogan, "We come unseen." What struck me about this watch is the materials it uses, extremely high quality. The construction is excellent. All around, to the strap, look at the stitching on the strap. Does that not look like a homemade strap? You don't see straps like this. And check out the buckle. It's got a submarine at the end of the buckle, on the end of the tang. The keepers are even two-toned. The stitching is excellent. So this model's got a stainless steel case, rose gold and black bezel, and then it's got a rose gold canteen. So what's really cool about this watch, and I'm going to pick up another one that is not running so I can show you what is really cool. I'm going to be very careful because it's got a Miyota 8215 in it, and they start working the second you pick them up. And I want to show you how you wind it. So I'm going to take this one here. Okay, it's not running. So to wind the watch, turn the bezel counterclockwise. And there it goes. You're actually winding the watch. Normally you do it with the crown. In this case, everything is done with the bezel. Sort of like Ulysse Nardin Freak without the freaky price tag. You also set the time and date in the same way. Such ingenuity here, outside the box thinking on how to use the watch, on how to set the time and date. So we'll go through that right now. So you can see the date window is here. It's cut out over most of the dial. Oh, I should say this is, so the first one I showed you with a stainless steel case, this is a rose gold case. Slightly different strap. Okay, so to set the time and the date, you have to take the canteen, which is here, and you unscrew it. So let me unscrew it, and then the whole thing will swing out. So it's almost like a reverse to what you're normally used to. The button is all the way out right now, so you push it in one click. And you can change the date. See that? You could push it in a second click. There we go. And now I can change the time. Isn't that just so cool? I don't know. I'm an engineer. I love this stuff. I think this is such a nifty way to set a watch. And then when you're done, there's a little button that popped out here. You press it back in, and that puts the watch back into winding mode. And then you can screw the canteen back in and go on your way. So, setting the time of a watch via the crown the normal way obviously is not difficult. 99% of watches do it that way. This is just a really cool way to do it. It shows that there's more to the watch than just design on the outside. There is certainly design on the inside. So this is the rose gold one. The first one I showed you was stainless steel. And whenever you see a plated watch, the case back is almost always steel. Usually does not match the case. In this case, they've decided to plate the case back, the screw down case back, which is pretty rare, and it shows an attention to detail that you don't get with most brands. And if you look to see the pins, the strap is held on with these quick release push pins. So what this is, you put your thumbnail or your fingernail on one side of this little ball right here, and you pull it and it retracts the pin, and so you can change the strap easily yourself. But why would you change the strap? Look at this thing. It's a matching rose gold buckle underneath the protective paper. And we'll go to the third one now, which is simply a PVD case, again with a rose gold and black bezel. There's the PVD plated case back and a PVD rotor. The detail is all there. Another strap. This is like the strap on the first, except the stitching is a darker color. PVD buckle. And these all wind and set the same way. Again, winding by turning the bezel counterclockwise. And then again, so let's just change the time, push it all the way in. That's it. And you press the button again when you're done, and you screw it back down. They're water resistant to 100 meters. It's a Miyota 8215 movement, so it'll last you, many years between any servicings. It is quite a reliable movement. The two with the lighter colored digits, the two with the lighter colored indices do have luminescence on the hands and the indices, so you can tell the time in low light. This Ballast model is available for purchase on our website right now. They all retail at $4.99. Again, they all set their time in that really cool way, and also the winding. And this has been Mark from LongIslandWatch.com, showing you a new Seiko and a couple of new Ballast watches. If you like this video, please like it. If you have not subscribed to our channel yet, please do. If you have any questions or comments, please put them below, and we'll be sure to answer as many of them as we can. Thank you very much. Bye.